All right, I'm going to call the meeting Monday, August 24th, 2015, meeting of the Ayer Board of Health to order. The time is 5:30. Any public input?
I would like to just briefly update people on Lyme disease.
Sure.
We have 2 people that I know quite well here in town that have it. Ticks are everywhere.
Yep.
And it seems as though this year we had this big, it seemed like an epidemic about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
When we had a big program here.
Yep.
And at that time, it wasn't recognized as maybe being a chronic disease, so people
Right.
that had it could only get antibiotics for a month, and then they had
Yeah.
to go to New York.
That
if
was
you
very
remember.
controversial, yeah.
It was. But the thing this time is, and we know that it's kind of an elimination process, but what people are complaining about is this horrible exhaustion that to absolutely get out of bed and get up, get a drink, and flop back in
And just
bed.
be ready to go back to bed. Wow.
Sleeping all day, not eating, and when you think of some of us more senior people, we have other illnesses, or you might be taking
Sure,
medication
sure, yeah.
for diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, so you're not taking anything. I know one person that had it for about 3 weeks, and I said, you need to go see someone. He is now having what I think is probably a relapse, because he is getting dizzy spells again where he goes to do something, and the other person that I know that was recently diagnosed with it is the same way. I barely have the strength to go to work. So I think that
Wow.
people should be on the ball about this
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
just
Absolutely.
see their medical person.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
my update
Yeah.
on that.
It's
And
of course
remember
it's-
that's that tiny deer tick, so
Right.
it's not the big dog tick, so
Right.
you don't always even know that you've had one
That's correct.
on you, so.
I sat on a
Sneaky.
panel once with, I think at the time, it was Peter Katusian, when he was still a representative, I think,
Mhm.
up at the hospital, and when I was working in public health, and we took testimony on Lyme disease, and this was about 10 years ago, between maybe 7 and 10 years ago, and not only was it, sometimes symptoms were bypassed in the older population, but in the younger children,
Yes.
sometimes
Oh,
it masks
yeah.
itself as attention deficit disorder because it
Oh,
affects
really?
it affects their ability to focus. And so
Wow.
what we were hearing were some of these parents that just had a hard time getting their medical practitioners to run the right
Right.
tests.
No
And they would
kidding.
have to go down to Connecticut and New York to get the right treatment.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately, we used to think of it as a southern area disease where people would,
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Right.
we would look at the tick population in the southern parts of the state, but it's very
Yeah.
clear that it's here.
It's
And so
everywhere, yeah.
it's awareness, prevention, and awareness.
And if you remember too, that some people that didn't, because it wasn't recognized, they actually had neurological problems in
That's right.
summer and wheelchairs.
That's right.
So,
It is. It's still very serious, and I think
Yeah.
sometimes Lyme disease gets trumped with the other mosquito-borne illnesses in the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah,
And then when you're on the other side of summer, when school's starting, and you start thinking about it, it's still keeping
Yeah.
them until there's a frost. And,
Yeah.
and, you know, it can be pretty late into the
yeah,
season.
it's gonna be pretty high.
Thank you. That was actually
Okay.
a pretty good
Yeah.
discussion. I appreciate you bringing that up.
and we might want to get it on our website.
Yeah,
An
I think
update.
we have some things, but we can go out and look and see what's there.
and stuff.
Yeah,
We can. I think that we did get some updates, like maybe public health fact sheets and stuff. But
yeah,
what I did find out from Cindy when I posted the Vitasoy update on the website is that if we wanted to, on the main landing page for the town of Ayer, there's a little box in the very top that has like announcements that people will see as soon as they go to the town's website, not have to go over to the Board of Health. It's just it's like the 10 most recent
Yeah,
announcements.
yeah.
And so we can even get something in there if we wanted to. And it'll stay there until it gets
right.
run down
So it's
by
not
other
in the top
announcements.
10,
So
yeah.
we could probably look at something like that.
That would be
Yeah,
good.
I'd be happy to
Yeah.
research that.
Oh, I
Well,
think
I don't
that'll
think
be
there's
really,
research, you just
you just
need
gotta
to
get
get
it. The sheets
the
are
latest
out there.
update.
Yeah, well, that's what I need.
Yeah,
I can get
see
the.
what-
You know,
It's-
there's not too much research, it's pretty good, they have a pretty good website. All right, that's great. So I was just taking a look, I knew Bridget is not joining us this evening.
Yeah.
She did give her packet with her inspections and summary from the last week or so. And she had talked to me about it, there was just a food establishment in town. This time around, they've had a number of critical violations. Verona Pizza, it's public record, I mean, I'm not telling
Yeah.
stories out of school. What I suggest to the board is just that we keep an eye on them, for the same reasons that we kept an eye on other people.
What changed?
Critical
Because-
violations, sometimes it's just operational behavior. Some of it's equipment,
What's their number on?
it just says Park Street.
Okay.
Sorry, she didn't have a number on it.
Okay, that's a.
But you know, some of the equipment, there's a problem with the hand sink, of course. This time of year, and it's not just for Verona, for the folks at home with flies,
Well,
making
yeah.
absolutely sure that if you're a food establishment, your door has to be closed.
Yeah.
If you don't have a screen in place. If
Right,
you don't have a
right.
screen door in place. But just having, sometimes it's very hard, even this time of year, for refrigeration equipment to stay on top of its game.
Yeah.
Because it's fighting against heat and
Yeah.
humidity.
Yeah.
Walk-in cooler. Yeah, you know what? What they look like to me are just things that temperatures were good as far as the hot food and stuff. The refrigeration is holding properly. It just, to me, it just looked like a few things that, with a little bit of attention and follow-up by
Yeah.
Bridget, they should be remedied. It doesn't look like anything that should be chronic. You can look at it.
Did she say whether she was going to go back?
She is going to go back. This was done at the end of July, so
Okay.
my guess is she'll be doing a
Okay.
re-inspection.
Okay.
She actually might be doing it even this week. It says
Okay.
2 weeks from then, but if you want to
Okay.
take a quick look to educate yourself, I know you're still learning the food side.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But I think, we can just keep an eye on them.
Yep.
Unfortunately, sometimes a place will have a bad inspection and then bounce right back, because I think
Yeah.
sometimes it's unfortunate.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want, there's just a number of transmittal sheets in here from Bridget, just on different zoning board of appeals applications and such that she's done.
Okay.
Housing violations, there was a housing trash up at the lower end of 51 Washington Street.
Oh, that was
That-
on the
yeah,
bank home.
The bank took it and it was fixed.
Yeah.
So, the property is, should be cleaned up shortly because the
Mm.
bank has now got it. So the order was sent over to them.
Yeah.
I think she said this
That it
morning
was
when I
done.
saw her, it's all taken
Yeah.
care of.
Willow Road, just a housing inspection, had some standard violations of the housing code, just more structural.
What number was
Number 62 Willow, apartment 1. Family Dollar, that was just their ZBA application, it's for their sign, just for
Okay.
a sign.
Yep.
Nothing health, I'm just going through them because they're not
Yeah,
really health
yeah.
related.
October 1st, they
Sorry.
hope to own.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The former Washington Street site, the Washington Street Fire Station, that's got a ZBA application for
Okay.
residential use.
Yep.
41 Nashua Street, that's just a
Yeah, it's not.
carport, nothing,
Nothing for
yeah,
us.
nothing there, yeah. Just very quickly, just a couple of
Okay.
food permits, couple of a couple of site issues. There's a property on Groton School Road that's just got a approval contingent upon having just their septic tank done. Air Shop and Save for the sign.
Yeah. What's
October
I
1st.
was
October
gonna say-
1st? Really?
Yeah.
Moving along. As a matter of fact, we got
That'd
his
be good.
application in, because when I did talk to Bridget, the tobacco application had been sent over from her office to ours today. Shop and Save. Other than that, and just Title V inspection. So a lot of site plans, a lot of ZBA type stuff. And actually in that vein, we did communicate the 31 Willow, and we're still waiting on that application, but they did ask about the meeting dates into September and
Okay.
October.
I think she,
So,
yeah. I
Yeah,
think she
we haven't
talked to-
seen it yet, but they are
Yeah.
aware, and I just don't know that the property owner is moving all that quickly, but the planning
Yeah.
board is aware, and the.
Well, the planning board, you know, did approve it with some
Contingent.
suggestions,
Yeah.
but said they had to get a special
Yep.
permit from
Yep.
us.
Yep. And then we'll have another one that's probably gonna come in over the course of the next maybe couple of weeks for a property on West Main Street. 215, I think. Bridget's got the paperwork on her desk for a special permit, because it's a zone 2.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see that one too. And it's the same engineer. It's a GPR, I believe,
Yeah.
is the same
Okay.
engineer, so. It'd be kind of nice if we lined them both up to do them on the same night
Yeah.
with the same engineer present.
Would be
But we'll see
convenient,
how
yeah,
that
if it
one
works
goes.
out.
All right. Did you want to see any of that? Are you?
No,
are you
I'm
good?
fine.
All
I'm
right,
fine with that.
great. Next, let's just look at our minutes that we had. We did table one from the last meeting to this meeting just because there were some additional edits made. And so we're now looking at the minutes of July 13th.
Well, I had approved them, so
Yeah.
other than that one little typo,
Yep.
which is on the.
I just found
July
one typo.
13th.
If you have the
Okay, I
final.
do. Yep.
If you look down, actually, once we approve them, I'll just pencil it in. It's the word, if you go down midway, if you folded the paper in half,
For the 13th.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
If you folded the paper in half, there's actually a line that says Chairman H. Haas expressed widely felt frustration with the return of an odor problem. Did you find that
Yeah.
line?
Oh.
Saying the neighbors fear, so it's feel, so it's, just
Fear.
make the R into an L.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't see any need for anything else. Did you?
I didn't even notice that.
I just happened to look at
I
it.
think my eye just skipped right
I-
over it.
Well, I have
Yeah.
I mean,
fear.
sometimes I
F-E-E-R.
correct them, and then,
It's
you know, it's
supposed to
just
be
a
feel.
typo.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Do it.
exactly.
So
Yep.
Yeah.
if there's nothing else, I'd like to move that we approve the minutes of July 13th and July 27th.
Oh, sure, hey.
So we get them both.
I will second that.
Great, a motion has been made and seconded to approve both sets of minutes. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Very good. Wow, record setting.
I know.
Almost wanna go home.
Okay, and here are the
Game.
things, and if you sign them, I'll just put that.
Yeah,
in.
yep,
Yeah,
thank you.
there you are.
Great, thanks.
Those now.
All right. Couple mail things. Hope you didn't tell your husband you're gonna be late tonight. We might have to extend.
No, what, Monday's his baseball night
Ah.
anyway, so it's just the dogs
Yeah,
waiting
mine
for
is
me.
Newport. Newport on a day like this, poor him,
Oh.
right? I know.
That's terrible.
It
Something like being a
is.
sales
That
guy,
is
I tell you,
terrible.
I know. Mail review. So we actually had, and I'll kind of explain a few of them. I did have a chance to look at the mail last week, and then of course there was a couple of things that came in towards the end of last week into this week. We actually had one, maybe two complaints about the McNiff farm over the last month. And more of it is just related to the idea that it's a working farm. And as such, and not to make light of anybody's complaint about it, in just reviewing with Carlene as well as Bridget, Carlene's inspections out there have yielded no violations.
That's right.
Bridget's gone by there. Of course, Bridget's been living on Westford Road this summer between the Vitasoy properties.
Oh, I
And
know,
so,
I know.
I had been in touch with a homeowner out there who had emailed me directly, and then one had called in last week and talked to Bridget early this week and today, I think. And for all intents and purposes, his operations fall under the guise of local as well as state and even higher regulatory authorities. And
Yep.
so she did we'll have, I mean, Carlene's gonna do her inspections out there within the next month or two.
Yes.
And
exactly.
so what I did offer was to share any results of that inspection with any of those homeowners.
Yeah.
I'm like, any of our records are public records, so.
Yeah,
Is
true.
that 66? 66? In front of me.
I don't know what number Westwood Road it is.
No, the street address.
It might be.
I think it might be.
Very well did.
All right. Then, of course, Vitus. Yeah.
If you just get back to that a minute.
Yes.
The last time we had a significant talk about that, I thought that the building inspector said, and I could be wrong, but it seems to me somebody else was saying too, that he had spoken to him about taking that barn down. Remember a lot of remember a lot of the
Yeah.
neighbors, you remember that?
I do, yes.
That it's leaning, the neighbors thought it was gonna fall over, et cetera, and I
Right.
thought that's what we heard, that he was going to see him about taking that down. I mean, structurally,
I do recall that discussion, and I'm not, my brain isn't good at remembering which came first. There was also a discussion that there's nothing alive in that structure. There are no animals housed in there. He doesn't, go in there frequently, so, but I can't remember if.
someone else said it today too, that,
I
and
almost
I
think
thought
that,
it was that it,
I almost think
structurally
the
just
discussion
get it
about
down.
taking it down came up first, but then I think it might have
Well,
backed off
we
because
were
it's not
following
really
up
used
on
for
that.
anything, so, yeah.
It was like an outbuilding in the back of the property, right? Is it the one in the back?
Well,
Mhm.
it's kind of on the side.
I'd say it's hard for me
of-
to see into the property to know. Not the
Yeah.
red barn on the road, not the.
No,
the
no,
one-
no, no, it's
if
kind of, it's,
if you turned in Orion Park and turned in there, went in there and just did a little U, it's that one on the
yes,
side.
right, it's right along that side. It's like lengthwise.
Yes.
Yeah. And it looks pretty decrepit. It does. But the two complaints that you got were
Odor.
Correct, yeah.
They were odor.
It's a
So-
stinky time of the
And you
year
know,
for
and
farms.
believe it or not, and I don't think that the other problem has helped it over the course of the summer as far as the additional discomfort of dealing with the Vitasoy operations.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
so, I can actually follow up and I can go, I gotta go back into my notes or if I wrote any notes.
Yeah.
I know that we had both discussions
Yeah.
about
Mhm.
possibly
We talked
taking
about
it
them a
down,
number of
but then
times,
it's
and
not
then- right.
really used, so I just don't remember the order
See if I
of the discussion.
I know we had talks about it, so.
It's gonna be a new place in town, Tipo Tacos. It's gonna be
Yeah.
on Main Street adjacent to Lucia's, I believe, where
Yeah,
the
it's-
the
Optical,
optical,
yeah.
Air Optics. It's
Really?
gonna be a small Mexican, like
Is
Tex-Mex
that
type
right?
thing.
Yeah.
And
That'll be nice.
Vitasoy continues to do, I've had no complaints. I even confirmed with Bridget this morning. There's been
Yeah.
no odor complaints made. They had
Wonderful.
reported in a small little spill on their property, but it wasn't anything that they didn't clean up on site,
Good.
with just some, with their spill kits.
Yeah.
And sanitized. And hold that thought, by the way, because I do have a little update. You guys all got a copy of our comments back to the selectmen on
Yes.
the proposed revisions to the nuisance bylaw. I haven't heard, I actually tried to get an update from Robert at mid to late last week, if the selectmen were gonna go forward with the warrant article, and I didn't get an answer on that, whether or not they were gonna go forward with a fall town meeting.
Yeah.
Because I believe, it's funny, because I had your comments come into me and your comments come into me, and the consensus, and even just my own, strictly from a marketing perspective, is to try to get a significant change to a bylaw done
Yeah.
and socialized and made public
Right.
for a fall town meeting.
Yeah.
Might just
Time
be too
is very
short of a
short.
runway.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if the
Exactly.
selectmen.
And again, I don't like, as you and I agree, I don't like
Right.
that subjective part of it at
Well,
all.
and we
Yeah.
actually related
Yeah.
fairly well on that that too in
Yeah.
here, so. Follow-up note, we sent over to the Walk and Roll, he did give us copies of the ServSafe certifications.
Does he
Bridget's
have
gonna, he does have two, but
Okay.
Bridget's gonna follow up on those and make sure there are two people on site when she goes out.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Kane's Foods just had a little vegetable oil release, just a landfill report, consumer confidence reports, sanitary surveys. So not, if you want to take a look at it, you're welcome to. What I did want to tell the board was at the mid to late last week, I had an email from the CEO of Vitasoy USA. And I'm going to meet with him on Thursday just for, he wants to give us an update just ahead of our next board meeting, because I said I'd like an update. And I'm going to meet him here in the town hall, in this room as a matter of fact. And he's got an outreach coordinator that they've put on, like a neighborhood coordinator.
I'm impressed with this group.
I
Big
will
difference from the
Yeah.
other group.
just said to
Yeah.
Bridget, because it's funny, the email's kind of funny, because I had forwarded her the email about it last week and it bounced back. But then sometimes she gets it even when it bounces back, and so I sent it to her again today. I said, you're welcome to sit in on the meeting if you want. I think they just want to keep us abreast of
Because you had asked
just
them
any
to come to a
outreach.
meeting
I
in
did,
September.
yep, and so he's just gonna give me an update on what they're doing. And
Okay.
what we did discuss was the idea that if he just gives us a written update, unless we need him, we may not need to have him appear.
I personally,
I'm
he gave us
extremely
that
satisfied.
list the last time of what they're doing.
Yep,
And in view of your meeting with them, in view of also
Yep.
the fact that there's no complaints, I'm impressed with this group.
I'm very
And I
very
think that
satisfied.
neighbors were too.
I think, I just said
So I
that to
don't
Bridget,
see-
I said, you know what, I think that having them come in, having to hear a little bit of the feedback from the neighborhood and get kind of a real understanding of how it's impacting the overall quality, and the fact that while we want them in town as a business, we just, we need them to be
Gotta be good
more
neighbors.
conscientious.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna just sit with them, like I said, I booked a meeting room just for an hour, just to sit with them and hear
Great.
even the outreach coordinator. Now, hopefully they won't need this outreach coordinator for too long, that they
Right.
can have this just
Yeah.
as part of their their normal operations.
Yeah.
So, but I just wanted to let the board know that I was gonna sit with them. And of
That's
course,
this
if there's,
Thursday.
that's gonna be this Thursday, and of course, anything that needs board approval, I would just have them come before the board at the next meeting.
But the
Unless
board
something
meeting,
right
yeah.
happens,
So-
I don't see any need of it
No, unless
myself.
they bring something that needs board blessing. I'm
Right.
sorry, what was
Who
that?
are you meeting with besides the?
Walter, the CEO of Vitasoy USA.
Okay.
Walter, and I apologize, his name is probably in here, sorry.
And do you have the name of the outreach coordinator?
No, I don't, as a
Okay.
matter of fact, but I will.
That's
I might
okay.
have her email. Here we go, where is he? Walter, Walt Riglian, it's in the top of your July 27th minutes if you want to reference it.
Oh, okay,
Riglian is the Walt Riglian.
okay.
He's the CEO.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. So that is, I just wanted to give the board that
Nice.
update. And so at this point, we don't have any bills or anything, so I don't, we have tobacco permits are coming up. You know what I did want, every time I ask Bridget, and Bridget says, I don't think that they need a permit, but there's a new vapor shop across the street here on Main
Yeah,
Street.
they don't need it.
They don't have any tobacco, any tobacco substitutes.
vapor?
It's vapor. It's a vapor store. And I think it might just be flavored liquids as far as vaping. I just didn't know, and all of a
Where
sudden
are
they
they?
opened. Across the street, there used to be a number of hair
Yeah.
salons, I
Oh,
think,
God,
right in that
yes.
road
Yeah.
right there. But I think Bridget said there was no tobacco either. And of course, anything would go on to Joe handle it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah,
I think
I've talked to
both the
Helen
e-cigs
about
and the cartridges are not.
Yeah, no, and there's
At this
nothing
point,
until the state does something
right.
about it, you know, and
Yeah.
we agreed as a board to not touch it until the state does, so.
Yep.
Okay, great. But tobacco will need to go out, and I think those are, when do they expire? Tobacco.
In May.
Yeah. And we just got the shop and save application for tobacco, so if we approve that now, we can roll that into next year, right? Do you?
I don't, May, isn't it? The
When do they
tobacco.
expire? Tobacco is a year, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a
But
yearly
isn't it
thing.
in May?
Right, is it January
No,
to
I think
December?
it's
It's the end of the
chickens
year.
in the spring.
They
It's-
have to have their tobacco,
That's right, by
Okay.
the end of the year.
By the end
or
of the
they
year.
can't
Yeah.
operate.
So do we
out
want
there.
to, when the shop and save one, he's gonna open before the end of the year, do we want to just give him that?
I would,
Yeah, we've
I
done
don't
that.
see any need.
I'm okay with that.
If it's an October 1st,
So if
that
you-
we've
if
done
round
that.
up,
Yeah,
round
yeah,
up,
yeah.
right.
That's good for me.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the last quarter.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
okay, great.
Well, then we're gonna have the, trash
I
haulers and
wanted
the
to
tobacco
ask
at the
you
same
about,
time.
Hold on one second.
I want to ask
Yeah.
But
about
I looked,
trash
because I
haulers.
did check it, because I was concerned about the overlap, but it seems to me it was,
There should be no problem doing that.
Yeah, the
In the
tobacco
spring.
goes
There's not that many
pretty
tobacco.
smoothly.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's not that many tobacco.
Yeah, it's easy to look it up. I thought it was
Really,
in
I
the
seem to
spring.
recall that we had a.
We have
There's not
like,
enough that can't be
Decent.
handled
Well,
by,
of course
I mean,
not.
Oh,
It's
no,
a
no,
matter
it's
of
not-
just,
it's not that
and the
Yeah.
trash ones coming in at the same
Yeah.
time. When I was in Acton, all of our permits
Yeah.
expired at the
Yeah.
end of the year.
I wanted to.
Every single one except for Milk and Cream. Remember that one? That used to be an old one.
Oh, wow.
Mary.
I wanted to ask you about the trash haul.
Yes.
Regs here, because we said we were gonna get ready to get them out.
Yeah,
What,
the
you want-
folder. I just wanted to stack it with it.
Okay,
Yeah, those
So-
are gonna go out September 1st.
okay.
Mhm.
I'd like to see this in a 3-ring notebook and have it right up
That's
on the
perfect.
bookcase there, so that you
Yeah,
don't
we
have
can
to keep.
reference
We
them.
can reference.
Absolutely.
Pam, and you, because this was kind of your baby, you ran with this. What did we decide as far as some kind of a, not a sticker, but what were we going to give the haulers? They have to have something.
Right.
Yeah, they're
And we
gonna
did-
get
Like
a
permit.
certificate,
Right.
a permit type thing that they have to just keep a copy of in the.
In the trucks.
Right, but
Yeah.
the thing is, if the police department has the authority to help us
Sure.
to enforce it, it has to be seen. So I would assume that when we get all these in, we'll send a copy over there.
That's a good, and that's what we used to do in Acton, is we used to keep a list of all the septic haulers, trash haulers.
Yeah.
Even the septic excavation companies in Acton, because of course that was all septic.
Oh, okay,
And if a
yeah.
police officer was driving around on a weekend and saw some stray guy doing excavation work, he would be able to
yeah.
cross-reference that
Yeah.
list. So I think
Yeah.
keeping a very updated list of licensed haulers.
So if
Yeah.
we have some sort of a card or ticket, we'll make it what, in color or something that says Town of Ayer and then 2016 on
Yeah,
it, so
yeah,
that
yeah.
they'll know.
It'll look, I mean, I
Yeah.
I didn't really foresee it looking much different than some of our other permits. that they would
Exactly.
be
But it
Yeah.
has to be so
Yeah.
it can be seen in the
in the
truck.
dashboard or something.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do paper.
Because this first year,
Well,
it might be a little more difficult, but once we get into it,
Right.
I
We'll
think
Yeah.
see
it
the
will
same
be
people.
easy.
Yeah.
I think we're
Yeah,
gonna end up
exactly.
seeing the same people licensing and relicensing, so.
Yeah, I think so too.
What color do you want? We can do it any color you want. We can, I don't really.
Well, whatever we put, if we use a colored piece of paper, have it light, and then you have Town of Ayer in different.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wouldn't,
what, the chicken permits are yellow? Do we have any other,
no, I just put them on a white paper.
are you doing them white now?
I didn't have any
I
yellow
think they used to
paper.
be
Yeah,
yellow.
Really?
Um,
I didn't know that, nobody told me.
But these are something that needs to be seen when they're
Right.
going by.
Well,
As
then do we
opposed-
want a sticker that
No, we
goes on the
Agreed to
window?
not go with
Yeah,
stickers.
we're not gonna
because
go with
of
stickers.
cost.
Money.
Well, plus we're gonna let them make multiple copies
That's a good
of
point.
the permit to put in all their trucks. So I don't know if they even have to be in a particular color.
I just want it to be able to see, so if somebody goes by, you can look and see.
Right, but if I'm operating Papineau's hauling and I've got 5 trucks.
I understand what you're saying. I just think the first year, it's going to be a little more difficult than, like you said, once we
Right.
get used to it, everybody will know, oh yeah, that's right, that's a permit. So it's something
Maybe
to
the
think
first
about.
year, we put them on red paper and give them multiple copies and say, put them up on your dashboard if you're in Air,
Yeah,
your
I guess-
truck's in Air,
I don't care what they do in other towns.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's
yeah,
gotta be
good.
seen here.
I think it might have been Bridget. Somebody made a comment at one of the meetings that because so many towns have these requirements now, that sometimes they'll actually have like a notebook with all of with all of them in. So I'm wondering if it really makes sense to require them to, because then they're going to be fiddling with a notebook every time they cross the town line to get something, the right permit visible on the dashboard. Maybe it's just enough that they have it. I think the regulation just says they have to have it in the truck.
In the truck,
Yeah.
correct.
But I don't think there's anything in the reg that says it has to be visible.
Well,
I get where you're going. It's
Yeah.
for the first
Yeah.
year,
The
to
first
visually
year, to
identify. I
visually
just don't
see
know
it.
how, what we can do to give it to them to not compromise their
I'm
line of
not trying
sight.
to hurt anybody,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying for the first year, again, and we give this to,
Well, do you think that, is your line of thought with this that we would ask the police to pull over trucks that
no,
don't
but
have
we
a...
said they have a right because they can be an enforcement and everybody
Right,
has to have a certificate from
Yeah,
us
yeah.
on their truck on January
Right.
1st. So if they see somebody go by and they look on that list and don't see that company's name,
Yeah, that
they
makes
have
sense
the
to me.
enforcement.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Right.
why I'm bringing this up.
Right.
How are
right.
we going to go by this?
I would kind of limit it to that. Give the police department the list,
list.
Of haulers, but not necessarily make a big deal about
I'm not trying to
the,
make a big deal.
No, that the permit has to be visible or or anything like that. Because then what do you do if it's not visible?
I know.
We're not going to pull anyone
I-
over for it. So.
No, but I'm just trying to make it go smoothly. We're talking about
Yeah, me too.
January 1st,
Yeah, right.
when,
So the less
God
complicated we
forbid,
make
but
it.
it could be, I'm not trying to make it, and believe me, I'm
Yeah.
not somebody that wants something.
Yeah, I know that.
If we have a master list that the police department has, and say they see, I don't know, BP trucking go by, and they're like, oh, they're not on the list.
Correct.
Right.
They'll know it because they're not
Right.
on the list.
Right. Yeah.
And then we can go after them.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So we just make sure the police have an updated list.
Yeah. That's what I would do is keep it at a list. So then we don't really have to worry about colored paper. When we send them the permit, we could make it a,
Well, we
very
talked
nice
about
looking
2 or 3
permit.
things, because Bridget was
Right.
here.
That's right.
Remember, and
That's
she
right.
talked about what they
Because
did
we
in
don't
other
have,
towns.
right.
Yeah, I think
right.
it was her that said that they actually keep them sometimes in a notebook because they'll
With like their DOT permits.
yeah,
and
covering
everything.
many
Right.
towns. Yeah.
And I briefly asked her today, and she said, you know what, she's so swamped, she hasn't given any
Yeah,
thought to that. And
yeah.
she said, whatever you people decide.
Yeah. I'd be happy with giving the police the list for,
Master list.
yeah, and maybe we try it that way, and if that turns out to be problematic, then,
It's just that this
you know,
is
we could
starting in the middle of
I
winter,
know.
and I just
I
don't
know.
want, it's.
I know.
I
And
know.
let's give it a little bit of thought. We'll get the stuff out the door.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
predict we'll end up probably permitting about 15 companies. I'm just guessing. We can
Yeah.
take some action on that right now.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Maybe. And some of them might license with us just so they don't have to deal with us when they do come into town.
Mhm.
We used to have septic haulers that would have maybe 1 or 2 customers
Yeah.
maybe, but they renew every single year.
Yeah.
I've got 17 right
Yeah.
now on my personal
So,
list.
Yeah.
you know, so let's get them out, and then if we can come up with any, I mean, I think having a master list,
Oh,
maybe
yes.
we can tell the chief that we're gonna be licensing them, and we're gonna get them the list, and
Yeah.
they don't have too many cars, right, police cars in town, I don't even know if they have a binder in each car, if they happen to see a hauler, but of
I
course.
think they're all using computers, so.
Yeah.
they'll
Oh,
see
they-
the
they
little
have- oh, yeah,
laptops
they
and-
have-
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it's probably something they can pull up
Okay.
pretty easy,
Absolutely
quickly,
can.
yeah.
And then I think the one thing that we actually did that was kind of nice in Acton was that we created a list of licensed haulers and put them on the website so people could go
Yeah.
to the site
Well,
and
yes.
hire. And
Yeah.
that way they're not going to the yellow pages and we're actually giving
Yep.
these guys a little bit of free advertising at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think
So,
that is a really good idea.
you know, and actually once we do get the letters out and we start getting haulers back, we might be able to leverage a little bit of social media around it. You know, please know as of January 1st, all
Yeah.
solid waste
Yeah.
haulers. If you're working with a private hauler, can you make sure they're licensed, have them contact the board? You know, we can
Yep.
actually do it where we're doing a direct mailing, but maybe,
Yeah.
maybe there's some little company that we missed or not.
So
But
if
at
you-
least, yeah.
Have
Yeah.
the 3-ring notebook up there.
Yeah.
With our regs,
Yeah.
with a sample of what they have to
Perfect.
do
Yeah.
and everything. And then the
We can put a
master
binder.
lift in it. So if Bridget gets a call when she's
We
in
can
there
put a
on
binder
Monday, she
together
could
for
just,
that.
we got enough 3-ring
Absolutely.
notebooks up there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got a ton
We'll
of
set up a
Yeah.
binder.
So then she can just look and see, okay, they sent it out this.
Right.
And then the day that we give them the permit
Right.
should be on
Yeah.
that. too,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and that'll be.
Great.
Is the application okay, Jane? What was?
Yeah, you fixed the
Do I
font.
need to
It
do
looks
something
fine.
else? You were able to
No.
fix the
Yeah.
font and
It's
everything.
all-
Oh, yeah,
fixed on the
everything's
page
set. In
and all
fact,
that.
I've got
Okay,
the
good.
letter ready to go and it's.
Okay, great.
What I wanted to ask is, do you want the board to sign? Do you want all three of us to sign the initial permits? How do you want to, do you want to, I can just sign them
I
when they
think
come
you-
in?
Yeah, I think we only
That's
need
fine.
the,
Just
yeah,
wanted to make
I
sure,
think the chairs
just making
enough,
sure,
yeah.
just
That's
double
what we
checking.
do with chickens and other things, right?
Absolutely, just
Yeah.
double checking. All right,
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Schedule for 16.
you are on it, Mary.
I'm on it.
Oh, my gosh, 2016
I love that you
already.
took this upon yourself to do, by the way.
Ah,
Wow, 11/25.
Well, you know,
You know what, though? I mean, you gotta
starting,
book
it's
the
gonna
room,
be
too.
busy.
Yeah, I know.
And then you get into the
Yep.
fall and the
Yep.
holidays and
Yep.
everything, so.
You know what, Jane, after you get the trash guys out the door, if you could typeset that for us, we can actually look at it again and
Oh,
then
sure.
we'll book the rooms
Yeah.
for it.
Oh, yeah. just,
Perfect.
Is town meeting a set day, like it's always the third, you know, whatever,
What are you
in
talking about?
April?
Fall is.
Yeah,
is-
fall and
It's
and
the
spring.
4th Monday.
Oh,
Yeah, and in the
There you go,
spring
I
it's
never knew
the
that.
2nd.
so it's the
Monday in May.
second Monday in May, and the fall is
4th
October,
Monday.
4th Monday in October.
So next meeting, while we don't, I'll probably have, and whether it, we'll probably just schedule it just as a discussion item on the agenda, is any update I do get from Vitasoy, I'll relate back to the board on the 14th. And I don't think there's no RAB meeting between now and then,
We were supposed to have one in July.
Yeah. Summer schedule.
Got an email that it was going to be postponed until August, and we're almost at the end of August, and I haven't heard
Okay.
a schedule, so
Okay, okay.
I'll let you know.
Other than that, we're kind of open right now as far as pressing items, knock on.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
by the next meeting, Bridget will have a lot of follow-up.
Bridget
It
will have
seems as
hopefully
though
some
she's
good-
got
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of house
Yeah.
things.
Exactly.
Yep, yep, putting those all into closure or otherwise.
And
then,
we also do have a new, I'm sure you all know, animal control
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually,
yeah,
I had,
officer, so.
I had asked Carlene if she was available to just come in and sit with the board just for like a check-in. I think it's important
Yeah,
that she at least come before us once a year, and we didn't have her for her reappointment. And so
Right,
I know
right,
she
yeah.
gets her barn book in the fall, so I don't want to burden her with that.
Yeah,
But maybe when
yeah.
she's done or close to the end of that. So
Yeah.
Because she gets the barn book should show up sometime in the next month.
Yeah.
And once she's probably midway through it, if she's having any trouble, you know what we'll do is maybe we'll look at like a November,
Yeah.
maybe late November, early
Yeah.
December, have her just come before us for just a simple
We can do
check-in.
that, sure.
It might be not a bad time to have the animal control officer in too, just for a meet and greet. I'm
I
sure
would-
they've met.
I'm sure they have, but
Yeah.
I would say, yeah,
I would
let's at
believe-
least
I
extend
know
the
her.
invitation.
I know the animal control officer.
Oh, do you?
But I think it
I don't
fosters
know her.
good relationship for the two of them to work together, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But maybe we
absolutely.
don't need to have her, I don't wanna cause any,
Yeah,
I don't wanna
think
cause
she
any
should see
her.
perceived issue,
You know,
but
you could
we'll
have-
talk to Carlene.
Or you could offer the
I think
invitation
I
if
think
she
they
would
gave
like to.
her, Colleen's
Yeah,
email
they have,
address.
I think
She
they
has
have
Yeah.
already
did that,
connected,
so they
they've
can-
connected,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, she isn't under us.
I don't
so
have any, no, I was just thinking more just kind of to
But I think
develop that relationship early.
Yeah.
But, okay. Does anybody else have anything before we look for?
No, those were my, just to get
Thanks
this
for that. No, the
trash
binder is
hauler
good. We're getting those out the
of this,
door.
and,
And we'll look to do, we'll
Is
look
it?
to pull some current information on Lyme disease and get it up on the front website.
Yep.
Have you heard anything from Mass DEP? Remember there was some talk, and that's why when we did these trash hauler, we were very careful because the state was talking about mandating recycling. Remember there
haven't
was
seen
some talk
anything.
about that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
we specifically wrote our regs as they
To
are, so
reference
that
the-
we do
right,
not
right,
have
right.
to have another public hearing.
Yeah, the way it stands right now is the mandate is that the CMR lists a lot of things that just can't be disposed of
Mhm.
in
Oh, no,
regular
I know.
landfills. So the trash haulers have to separate it out. And the only way they can do that is by also offering recycling. And I
there
think
was-
most of them do.
Yeah, but there was some talk, I kept reading about it, that they might
seen anything
force, and I saw
Yeah.
this several months back, so that everybody would have to have a recycling tote, but they might be busy with other things
Yeah,
now.
they might be. They might be. And
Yeah.
actually, I think we're written broadly enough that
Oh,
would
we
be
did.
okay
We
under
were-
that.
We are
Yeah.
totally, we put ourselves in a great position by referencing
Yes.
Yeah.
the generality of
Yes.
it and citing the DEP regulations. So if they change, ours
We're-
changes just by default, so.
Yeah.
Specifically
Yeah,
that
true.
reason.
Good work.
So,
Excellent day.
so I don't have anything for the next meeting, other than if you.
No, me neither.
would come
We'll
up
do an
with
update on
some-
Vitasoy and an update on getting those letters
Trash.
out the door and, you know,
And tobacco.
Yeah.
and tobacco.
Yep.
Tobacco doesn't really need much oversight from us
Tobacco,
unless.
no, and it really,
Yeah.
They'll go
we
out
usually don't send them out till October
first,
anyway,
give or take.
because they're due for the end of.
And those are
Yeah.
so routine.
Those, right, those go
That's,
very quickly.
I mean, the only time we have anything is if it's somebody brand new that we need to do a little
Tobacco.
of this.
Tobacco is not like liquor, correct? Where there's a set number of licenses that can
No.
be issued within
No.
town. It's just
No,
anyone that,
it's
that
anybody
meets the.
that
Yeah.
applies.
Yeah, okay, that's what it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we're all set with
Is
that.
that a motion to adjourn?
I will make a motion to adjourn at 6:13.
I will second that motion.
That's great. A motion's been made and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor?